All right, let's just jump right in. What if your AI could do more than just, answer questions? What if it could actually run your entire marketing department? Because today, we're going way beyond simple prompts. We're going to build a complete AI-powered marketing engine. So, let's get into it.
And this, right here, this is the core idea that changes everything. Seriously, if you're still just using AI for little one-off tasks, you're missing the real revolution. Listen, we are not just chatting with a bot anymore. We are building a complete marketing execution system.
So how is this even possible? Well, this is the key. Claude can now work directly on your computer. And you guys, this is huge. I mean, think about it. It has secure access to all your local files, your data, your reports, all your creative assets. It can build real stuff, actual deliverables, without sending any of your sensitive info to the cloud. It's not just some tool anymore. It's like you've got a new teammate sitting right there on your desktop.
Okay, so to really unlock this power, you've got to change your mindset. You need to think less like someone just writing prompts and more like a manager. And it all starts with understanding the different modes this new teammate of yours can operate in, and knowing which mode to use for the right job.
This right here is a super simple but really powerful way to think about it. Just look at that rule of thumb column. It breaks down perfectly. First, you use Claude Chat to think. That's for all your brainstorming, your big picture strategy. Then when you're ready to actually do something, you switch to Claude Cowork to execute. This is the one that gets its hands dirty with your local files, building your slide decks, writing your copy. And finally, and this is the game changer, once you've got a process that works, you use Claude Code to build it into a permanent, reusable system. So remember, think, execute, build. That's the flow.
Now, here's the most important part. Don't think of these as separate apps you're just jumping between. No, they're more like gears in a single powerful machine. The real magic happens when you move seamlessly from thinking to doing to building that system, all in one smooth, continuous flow.
Okay, enough with the theory, right? Let's see what this engine can actually do. We're about to dive into how this whole thing transforms those tedious, boring marketing tasks into fully automated workflows that run in like minutes, not hours.
All right, let's start with a classic marketing headache. We've all been there, right? You just finished, say, a 90-minute customer interview. You're left with this mountain of raw transcript data, and now you've got to somehow turn that into a clean, compelling strategy presentation. Ugh.
Okay, just look at this comparison. It shows the incredible leap in efficiency. I mean, forget the old way, right? The manual uploading, the endless copying and pasting, fighting with formatting. The new way is almost laughably simple. You literally just drop the transcript file into a folder on your computer and give one single command. That's it. The system handles everything else.
And check this out. What you get back isn't just some boring summary. It's a fully formed, multi-slide presentation. We're talking automatically branded formatting, messaging that's tailored to the key insights from that call. I mean, look, it might not be the final version, but it gets you like 90% of the way there in just minutes. You've just saved hours of grunt work. That is the difference between just chatting with an AI and actually executing with one.
Okay, so making one presentation is cool, but what about running an entire campaign launch, with dozens of different creative assets? Well, this is where the engine really starts to flex its muscles.
The workflow here is just so elegant. First, you just prep a folder with all your raw stuff, product photos, brand guidelines, you name it. Then you give one single high-level command, something like launch the spring campaign. And this is the cool part. Claude acts like a project manager. It creates these little specialized sub-agents. Think of them like temporary AI assistants. It'll spin one up to handle image variations, another to write ad copy. They all work at the same time, in parallel. And just minutes later, a folder just appears. And inside, all your finished, perfectly organized campaign assets. It's wild.
So let's be really clear about what just happened there. You didn't just automate one little task, you automated the entire creative workflow. You were the director, and the AI basically orchestrated the whole production for you from start to finish.
All right, now let's talk about something that was pretty much impossible with the old cloud-based chatbots, right? Because of context window limits and privacy issues. I'm talking about analyzing massive local data sets. Think about it. Dozens of hour-long podcast transcripts, or a whole year's worth of campaign reports, all just sitting right there on your computer.
And the key here is you're not just asking for a simple summary, you're commissioning a complete strategic analysis. Claude will just churn through all those local files and hand you back an entire suite of assets.
We're talking a detailed spreadsheet, an interactive dashboard so you can visualize themes and spot trends, and even a tailored strategy playbook with recommended actions based on everything it found.
Okay, this next part is where things get really interesting. This is where you go from just being a user to becoming an architect. It's all about taking these powerful workflows and turning them into permanent, reusable assets that you and your whole team can use.
I mean, just think about all the repetitive, multi-step things you do over and over again. Competitor deep dives, landing page audits, weekly campaign analysis, all that stuff. Instead of having to rebuild that process from scratch every single time, you can now basically codify that entire workflow into a permanent, reusable, custom skill.
Let's make this real. A full-on landing page audit, analyzing competitors, scoring conversion elements, giving recommendations, that's easily a 2-hour job for a person, right? Well, once you build it as a custom skill, that exact same high-quality audit gets done in under 30 minutes. So you're not just faster, you are creating leverage.
And this is probably the most profound shift of all. When your best workflows become these reusable skills, Claude stops being just a tool you use once in a while, and it becomes a core part of your team's operational infrastructure.
All right, let's bring it all home. When you combine that local execution, the automated workflows, and these custom skills we've been talking about, you create something completely new. You create a true AI marketing engine.
And plugins are how you scale this power across your whole organization. The best way to think of them is like shareable engine components. They let you bundle up all your custom skills, your best prompts, your automated agents, all of it, into a single system that anyone on your team can just install and use.
Just imagine creating a marketing team plugin. A new hire starts, and on day one they install it. Instantly, they have access to your team's absolute best systems for search tracking, keyword research, blog generation, reporting, everything. All that institutional knowledge, it's not just stuck in people's heads anymore, it's in the system.
Look, if you remember only one thing from this whole explainer, please make it this. The future of working with AI isn't about getting better at asking one-off questions. It's about getting better at building durable, reusable systems that do the work for you.
It all just comes back to that simple, powerful framework we talked about. Use chat to think, use cowork to execute, and use code to build systems. Honestly, that is the new operating manual for marketing in the age of AI.
And this isn't some far-off glimpse of the future. This is what's possible right now. You've got the tools. You've got the framework. All this potential is sitting right there on your desktop. So really the only question left is, what engine are you going to build first?